So, you want to know if you should go to audio school to learn how to start mixing and mastering music? Keep on watching this video.
I'm not repeating what I've been through. Don't wanna bring my baggage into. Makes me high every time I think of you.
What's up, everybody? Chris Lee back with another United Destiny Entertainment tutorial video. Hey, check this out. If you're new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get more videos like this in the future. All right, so what it is, guys, Chris Lee back with another video, except this video is not much of a tutorial. What I'm just going to be talking to you guys briefly about is if you should go to audio school to learn how to start mixing and mastering music. I'm going to give you just a couple quick scenarios on when it may be a good idea and if it's not so much of a good idea. Okay, so with that being said, let's jump right into it. All right, so first and foremost, guys, you're frustrated, you want to learn how to start mixing and mastering music. You've probably been recording yourself for a while or whatever the case may be. That's absolutely fine. But now you are in a stage to where you want to learn how to become a mixing and mastering engineer. And you want to know if going to school is going to be the best option for you. Well, the honest answer to that is yes and no, and it depends. Period, point blank. The reason why I will say yes in this particular situation is because the truth is that you never really know what you can gain from while going to school. Now, granted, going to school is going to be convenient for a couple reasons. Number one, you're going to have an instructor or somebody there to teach you. Number two, you're going to get some hands-on experience. And number three, you're probably going to benefit from actually learning how to work around other people or with other people. That's ultimately going to benefit your career in the future. Now, that hands-on experience is definitely going to be beneficial for you because obviously you're going to be learning how to use the tools in the real world. Also, the other benefit of that is just being able to work and network with other people. You are going to need people in the industry. You're going to need to have good communication skills. You're going to need to be able to network and work with people around you or various people that you may not even know from different cities or different states to be able to work in a particular environment. Because when you go to work at certain studios or work for certain businesses, the truth is you're going to work with all kind of different people that come from all over the world, and you're going to need to be able to network and get the job done with those people. Okay. The other benefit of actually going to school in general is just that you are going through a process to where you're going to be taking your time learning things from the basics. Now, it really depends on what audio school that you choose to go to. If you choose to go to an audio school, you want to go to an audio school that's going to focus strictly on doing audio, period, point blank. You don't need to go to all these other schools that you got to do like this extracurricular or this extra class, you know, based on science or based on some food class or some PE or whatever the case may be is. The truth is you need to go to an audio school that's focused strictly on audio. Okay. Now I want to go ahead and take you into what I feel like is the cons of going to school. Number one, it takes a lot of time to go to school, especially if you go to a 4-year school, you're trying to get a bachelor's degree. It really depends on what you're trying to get. Do you just want a certificate? Do you want to get a 4-year degree? Is it something that you want to get your master's in, associates, whatever the case may be? You have to decide how long that you're going to go to school, if you have the time to go to school that much. And then also on top of that, school is expensive, period, point blank. The majority of the time, school is expensive. You need money to go to school. A lot of you don't have that money. So you're going to end up having to get a job or have somebody fund you or possibly do some scholarship thing. If that's even possible, I don't know. But it's something that you need to consider. If you don't have the funds to go to audio school, then you definitely want to reconsider actually going. Is it going to put you in debt? Is it going to put you in a financial hole? Whatever the case may be. The most important thing that you need to think about is it something that's going to benefit you? Is it going to benefit you long term? Are you actually going to follow through and do exactly what you said that you're going to do? Is your goal just to go to school and learn audio, or is your goal to go to school, learn audio, go find a job in the real world or start your own business, get a whole bunch of clients and make a living off of it? You have to decide these things. You can't just go into it blindly and not really knowing what you want to do without any goals set, because honestly, you're just going to fail. That's the truth. That's in any career field. If you go into it not really sure if it's something that you want to do, then likely you're probably going to fail at it. And if you don't fail, then you're probably going to take a long time to get it complete. Okay. Just to give you an example, I am an entrepreneur. I do so much in business across the board, from audio, video, graphics, design, build computers, the whole 9 yards. I recently went to school for real estate. Was I too thrilled about it? No, I wasn't too thrilled about it, but it's something that I feel like can also be another revenue or source of income that I can have making money while I'm doing exactly what I'm doing right now. If I have the time for it, then I make the time for it, okay? But this is not about real estate. It's just something that if I don't go into it with the mentality that I can do this, then I'll procrastinate and won't finish. And honestly, I did procrastinate for a while. Now I'm like, yo, I really need to get this last class out of the way so I can be done with it. It's just something that happens. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. It's going to be beneficial for you to go to school if you really want to do audio and you really want to learn how to mix and master music. It's not going to be beneficial for you if you want to go to school to be a rapper, if you want to go to school to be a singer. One thing that I really want to point out to you guys that's going to be super important is realize that when you go to school, they're not going to really teach you how to mix and master. They're going to teach you how to utilize the tools, the EQs, the compressors, the reverbs, the delays, the analog gear, the digital stuff, how audio works, the whole 9 yards. It's really going to take you understanding the concept of how all these tools work to be able to learn how to start mixing and mastering music. They may give you some basics here and there, but the majority of the time, from what I see, people don't really show you a whole lot. My thing is either you got it or you don't. Can you learn it? Absolutely. Yes. I knew that I was going to be mixing and mastering music since I was a kid. I was really good at it. I had an ear for music. I just didn't have all the tools that I needed to actually get the job done, but I worked with what I had at the time. But as time progressed, I just gradually got the concept, and not only got the concept, my mind and my creativity has like this sound or this endpoint or this destination that I would like to get as my final result. And somehow I just know how to get there. As long as you provide me with the tools, I'll get there. And that's what I do. The majority of the time, you're going to see a lot of these guys out here, guys, gals, whatever, with a bunch of equipment, microphones, interfaces, analog gear, plug in, the whole 9 yards, you name it. And their mixes still sound like crap. Reason being is they got a bunch of fancy equipment and they just don't understand the concept of mixing. If you understand the concept of mixing, whether you go to school or not, you're gonna be great at it. If you learn the basics, you're probably one of those rare people that if you barely teach you something or give you the tools, you'll kind of automatically know what to do with it. I'm kind of like that. That's really who I am. You just give me the tools and say, hey, this is the destination or the endpoint of what I need to get to. Make it happen, and I will make it happen with what I got. With very little experience. Okay, but the benefit of it is the more experience that you get in the process, the better you're gonna be. So keep that in mind. That's going to be very crucial and important for you guys. When I went to school years and years ago, did I need to go to school? I didn't need to go to school. I just wanted to have something to do when I got out of the army. So I thought, hey, why not just go enroll into school? Let me see if I missed out on something. And honestly, there was a couple things that I did learn, but if I could go back and do it again, I probably wouldn't even go to school because honestly, I didn't need it. A lot of the stuff that I did learn in school or that I was trying to learn in school, I had already knew on my own, or I had already done my research, or I had already got on YouTube or read books or whatever the case may be. But that's because that's who I am. I'm that type of person. I love to do research, find out how to do things on my own without having an instructor or mentor, this and that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have an instructor or mentor. I'm just saying that it's going to be beneficial if you have the drive, willpower, persistent, and you consistently do what you need to do to figure out the career field that you want to go in. That was just something that I did. Same thing with filmmaking. I went to filmmaking school and got a bachelor's degree. I didn't need to go to filmmaking school. I had already learned film and done film stuff before I went to school, but I went to school to polish my skills to see if there was something that I possibly missed out on, okay? So I'm not against you going to school, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to school. You have to decide if you have the time to go to school and actually if you have the funds to go to school. Again, if I could go back and do it again, I probably wouldn't waste the money. Why? I would get under a mentor. That's what I would recommend that you guys do. Find you a mentor. Get under that person and learn as much as you can. I have people who come to me all the time with all the experience, years of experience that I have from mixing, mastering, designing, the whole 9 yards. And I basically mentor them. Yeah, they pay me. They pay me for these services because I'm basically asking for a little bit of money or not even a quarter of the money that they would pay if they were to go to an expensive college. Nowadays in 2021, you don't really need a bachelor's degree or a master's degree to go get a job at a professional studio. The majority of the time, all people care about is, are you good enough? Okay. So you have to decide what you want to do. Also, on the other side of that is, what do you want to do? Do you want to work for somebody, or do you want to work for yourself? Do you want to work for a professional studio, or do you want to own your own professional studio, or do you want to own your own professional studio? This is something that you need to keep in mind. For me, myself, and I went to go get experience mixing and mastering in professional studios and other facilities and things like that. Then I decided for myself, I can do this on my own. I want to go into business myself. I want to be able to build my clientele, get my own leads. I want to be able to mix and master. I want to be able to run a show, call shots. I want to be the one that runs everything. And that's what I decided for myself. That's why I ended up starting my own business. And that's how United Destiny Entertainment became a thing in general. Okay. So if you have the power, the willpower, the drive to be able to do it, then go ahead and do it. If not, then obviously go be that one that go works for somebody else. Maybe that may be best fit for you. You may not be the person that can do it on your own. And if you can't do it on your own, there's nothing wrong with that. Just go do it for somebody else. But just know at the end of the day, that person that you're working with, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be getting a majority of the credit. They're going to be getting a majority of the money. They're going to be getting a majority of everything. You're going to be doing it for them. You're going to do a lot of the labor, and they're going to get a lot of the credit for it. Period, point blank. That's just the way to put it. I mean, granted, you may get some Grammys, some awards, or whatever the case may be, but the truth is you're going to put in the hours and the time to work for somebody else. Period, point blank. There's no other way to look at it, okay? And it's not as fulfilling as it would be as if you were working for yourself. Now, also working for yourself, it takes a lot to be a business owner. It takes a lot. Taxes, managing money, managing clients. You got to get the work done. You know, are you going to have employees or not? That's something that you want to consider. So if you're going to be going to audio school, all I want to tell you is that just make sure that mixing audio is something that you want to do. If you want to be a singer or a rapper, then you need to go to Full Sail or some other school and learn how to be an artist or something like that, or find, some artist development programs. But if you are into mixing and mastering, then yes, go to audio school if you can afford it. Should you go to a 4-year program over a little certificate program? Is there a bigger benefit over either one? In 2021, I would absolutely say it's not. It just doesn't matter no more. Most studios care is, can you get the job done? They don't really care about your GPA and, this and that. That may matter to some businesses, but nowadays people care, can you get the job done? Can you make me money? Period, point blank. That's all they care about. So you kind of have to decide if you can do that. So if you want to go to audio school, then I encourage you to go to audio school. But if you don't want to go to audio school, and I was to give you real advice, realistic, transparent advice, I would just tell you, no, get on YouTube, get on Amazon, buy books, get on Google, find you a mentor, and learn as much as you can. Period, point blank. And then try to go out there to the real world, get some experience. If you can't get some experience in real professional studios, go get you some clients. Go start mixing and mastering some music for free at first, and then see if you're pretty good at it. If you're pretty good, people are going to pay you. Period, point blank. After you start getting established, then go ahead and start charging people some money and start building up a name for yourself. Reputation, word of mouth, is everything, and that's what does it for me, okay? Other than that, I think I pretty much covered everything. So I just want to encourage you that don't feel bad. If you decide to go to school, great. If you don't decide to go to audio school, great. It doesn't matter. All you got to do is decide what you want, where you want to be in life, and what you want to accomplish. As long as you know that, and as long as you have these goals set and you're willing to do anything to get there, trust me, you will be successful. So no, you don't have to go to audio school to get into audio mixing and mastering, to be great, to get clients, to make money, to win Grammys, any of that. If you decide to go to school, that's just your thing. That's just to be something that you have under your belt. But realize it's just a piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything. I know a lot of people who went to audio school, they got that piece of paper. But honestly, I'm never negative toward anybody, but they're just not that good. Audio mixing and mastering is just not their thing. They shouldn't do it. Period, point blank. They can try, but they're just not that good at it. There's other guys out here who they're not really that good in school. They don't do that well in school, but just something about them, their ear, their skill, their gift, they're able to mix and master music and make it sound good by some way, somehow, whatever you want to call it, they just have it. period, point blank. So guys, I hope this video encouraged you. If it did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, I will have more content like this in the future, so hit that notification bell. Other than that, as always, stay tuned for the next video.
Sure, I'm not repeating what I've been through.